Hello everyone, I'm Nizzahon here doing another Amonkhet draft for the Aether Hub, and it has just fired, and this is what we are looking at. It's an interesting pack. Plague Belcher is obviously super strong. If you can play it on turn 3 as a 5/4 menace consistently, that's very, very good. The trick is, like, you have to have creatures before for it to do that. Magma Spray is a great card. It's sort of overperformed in a world of creatures like Unwavering Initiate that actually exiling matters. And this format has some very aggressive decks in it in general that really both like Magma Spray and are bad against Magma Spray. So it's a pretty high pick, but I think Plague Belcher edges it out. I also like Scaled Behemoth okay. Quarry Hauler's pretty good. But I think Plague Belcher is just the best card in this pack. We don't even necessarily have to go into a zombie deck. Worst case, it's a 3-mana 3/2 with Menace, and that's a playable card, so I'm on board with the Belcher. Okay, well, I like Commit to Memory a lot. This pack has a lot of really strong cards in it, though. Commit to Memory, Exemplar of Strength, Merciless Javelineer, and Final Reward are all things I would feel pretty good about taking here. Everything else in this pack, I didn't even mention Splendid Agony or Bitterblade Warrior, which are pretty good cards. Geez. Should I just take black and stay open? Commit's good, but it's not that much better than Final Reward. And Merciless Javelineer is good, but Final Reward's pretty good too. I think I'm going to stay black, stay open. Commit to Memory is good, but only a little better than Final Reward. And if I can stay open, I might as well. Okay, Nest of Scarabs, you say. I already have one Plague Belcher, so that is tempting. I've had good experiences building around that. On my own channel, I had a 3-0 draft where I had 2 Nest of Scarabs and -1/-1 counters galore. And I think it's just what I'll take here. Wasteland Scorpion's good, but Nest of Scarabs has a lot more upside. If we end up not being able to play it, it's not the end of the world. The worst thing we've given up, the best thing we've given up in this pack is like Colossopede, Cartouche of Knowledge, and Emberhorn Minotaur, which are all good, but they're nothing super exciting. So Wasteland Scorpion in that same group, I guess. Let's take the Nest and see if we can get there. Okay. Well, here I don't really want to take the black card when I have the options of 2 pretty good red cards here. So I think I'm going to take Emberhorn Minotaur here. I like it a little more than Thresher Lizard. Miasmic Mummy's fine. I play it in plenty of decks, but this particular, there's good red cards here that I can take over it, so I might as well. And I will. Okay. I don't mind Grasping Dunes, but I don't usually like taking it this early. And I think just because we took Nest of Scarabs isn't a good enough reason to take it. Could take Winged Shepherd, which is, early cycling, late game creature. I think it's probably my favorite card in this pack. Literary Wrappings is fine. Watchers of the Dead is fine. Most of the rest of this pack is not fine. Unburden, also fine, but I'm going to take the Shepherd and see where that leads. Okay. There's another Shepherd. There's also a Pitiless Vizier, who is not bad at all. Spring to Mind is good if you're in both of those colors. Not really worth playing unless you are both. We're not either, so I think I'm going to take Pitiless Vizier here. We're going to end up with enough cycling to make it work. We already have 1 card with it, and it's just a nice little cycling payoff. It's nothing incredible, certainly. Okay, Sacred Cat. I think I'd rather have Supernatural Stamina than Sacred Cat. Just a great combat trick. Yeah. That not Emberhorn Minotaur, the black-red gold card comes back to us, then that's a good sign black-red is open, but there's really no guaranteeing it does. I will take a Thresher Lizard here, though. I'd rather have it than Festering Mummy, though Festering Mummy is kind of the ideal creature for Plague Belcher to put his counters on, because not only does it also put a counter on something, it's also a zombie, so when it dies, you do 1 damage, and you have a 5/4 Plague Belcher, but we're going to take Thresher Lizard here. I like it more than Those Who Serve. Okay, that Top Crop Elite, though, huh? I'll take that. Not sure what my second color is. Doesn't seem like we're a Nest of Scarabs deck to me. I think it was worth speculating on, but it doesn't seem like that's where we're going to end up. I will take a Nimbleblade Kenra. It's nothing great, but it is a 2-drop. So you end up in red or white. Probably not playing Nest of Scarabs unless things go really nuts in this next pack, which can happen. You know, we could just end up with all of the -1/-1 counters in the next pack, but it seems unlikely. I mean, and our 2 white cards are good, and our 3 red cards, you know, I don't know which stack I like more at this point, honestly. I guess the Shepherd has extra synergy with the Pitiless Vizier, but that's, I don't know. They're both good. If either one of them proves to be open, I will be happy. Okay, here I think I do take an Unburden. We do, after all, have a Pitiless Vizier, and it's just a reasonable card. Time to Reflect being here is interesting, because it is super, super good in the zombie deck, but, I mean, I guess we are in black-white. We could think about Time to Reflect, but I think I'm going to take Unburden. There's, you know, no guarantee we end up with quite enough places to put. I don't even know what I'm talking about now. There's no guaranteeing. We'll take Soulscar Mage here, actually. It's an okay 1-drop. And I'll take a Grasping Dudes. I don't mind playing it. I was going to say there's no guarantee we have enough zombies to make it worth playing. You need like 10. So right now we have 1. So our chances of getting there are not really high. I don't mind by force for my sideboard. Soulscar Mage certainly isn't great, but it's an okay 1-drop. Especially if we end up with a decent number of non-creature spells. So, oh man, this is one of my favorite cards, but we are in neither color, so we're not taking it. Instead, we'll happily take a Trial of Zeal, though, which is a very, very good card. Fanbearer is too, but I like Trial of Zeal even more. And yeah, that's what we take. Those are the 2 best cards in this. Well, Bounty of the Lux is actually probably the best card in this pack, but in terms of monocolored cards, it's Trial of Zeal and Fanbearer. This thing is just nuts. I mean, this format has a lot of aggressive decks in it for sure, but this card is the kind of card that just wins you the game if you can make the game go long, because it just gives you so much value. But yeah, Trial of Zeal for us. Does that solidify us into red? I don't know. There's a Lord of the Accursed. You know, we've only got 1 zombie at this point. It's likely we pick up at least a few more. Less likely now that we're not, it doesn't look like we're going to be black-white. But it's an okay 3-drop with some upside. I could also just take the 2-drop. And just go all aggressive here, which isn't a bad idea at all. I don't know. How many zombies do I think I need to have? I probably need to have like 5 or 6 before I even want to play Lord of the Accursed. So I think I'll go ahead and take the Initiate. It's just a nice little aggressive creature who gives you some reach in the late game by making your creatures unblockable. So I think we are black-red. Okay, Ketra's Monument is pretty good. In a deck with a lot of creatures in an aggressive deck. You don't even need to be white. I mean, ideally you are for it to be at its best. There's also a Wasteland Scorpion and a Thresher Lizard. I might just take the Scorpion over it. It's not clear where a deck's going to end up. Like, you know, I'm kind of pushing for aggro, but if I don't have like 16, 17 creatures, I don't really like Ketra's Monument. So yeah, let's take the Scorpion. Also has cycling, so... Okay, Cartouche of Ambition. We do have 1 trial already, and that's a good Cartouche. I wouldn't mind Minotaur Sure Shot or Doomed Dissenter, but we're going to take the Cartouche here. Wow. How's that for blue being open? Vizier of Tumbling Sands, Heckma Sentinels, Hieroglyphic Illumination. Those are all things I wouldn't mind having, but I think the ship has sailed. You know, it's not even in sort of our 3rd color here. Nothing really is. I mean, I guess maybe I could take the Vizier and maybe we end up a blue-black cycling deck, but probably not. I'm going to take another Supernatural Stamina. I'm just going to take like any decent 2-drops that come my way, or, you know, a Baleful Ammit. I'll take that too. I think I want that over the Cartouche of Zeal. You know, lifelink is big, and that's another way to beat aggro decks in this format, which there are a lot of, is with life gain, because it's really hard for them to bring you back down, and Baleful Ammit gives us some more life gain. Okay, I really do need some 2-drops, and I have a decent number of non-creature spells, so I think I'm going to take Nimbleblade Kenra over Wander in Death. So let's take it. Okay, I think I'll take another Pathmaker Initiate here. I'm not a huge Bloodlust Insider fan. I know some people are, but I'd rather have another Pathmaker here. Like I said, I'll take any 1s and 2s that come my way. We'll take a Festering Mummy now. Do we want to Kopesh more than we want another mediocre 2-drop? Probably not. We'll take another mediocre 2-drop. Yeah, definitely not a Nest of Scarabs deck. I do think it's worth speculating on that card because it's such a powerful build around. I think it's the second best build around in this set, behind only Drakehaven, which you've seen me draft multiple times, even just on this channel. And I've also drafted, I think, at least once on my channel. But you really need to get there, just like you do for Drakehaven. And it's harder to get there. With Drakehaven, they're cycling everywhere. There aren't -1/-1 counters everywhere. I mean, you know, we've got Soulscar Mage, Festering Mummy, Cartouche of Ambition, Baleful Ammon, and Plague Belcher, and that's not quite enough. That's all we got. I think if I got to 10 ways to do it, I'd think about it, but I don't really see that happening. Okay, Brute Strength is a reasonable trick. I might end up playing it. It's not super likely. I'd say Brute Strength is sort of on the outside looking in. I guess I'll take a Gate to the Afterlife. So like Brute Strength, Unburden, one of my Kenras at least are all things that I wouldn't mind cutting, and even these 1-drops aren't great. I wouldn't mind. Let's take a full art land. Why not? I wouldn't mind picking up some better playbills, and we've got plenty of time to do so. And wow, this pack. We've got Insult to Injury, which is great. There's also another Magma Spray. Obviously, Insult to Injury is better because it can just end games on its, well, not on its own. You need to have a board with some creatures, but that's not that hard to do. Magma Spray is a great removal spell, though, but we'll take Insult to Injury here. I mean, it's basically a 6-drop, so it does make us a little bit less aggressive, but, you know, you can do some stuff. Okay, this pack, wow. Let's just move these over here for now, and we'll think about them later, but Rags is good, but not that good in our deck. It's going to be, it'll kill a lot of our creatures. So I think we just take Trial of Zeal, but Rags is really good, don't get me wrong. Even if you can just cast Rags, it's good. Aggro is a thing in this format. We'll take a second Trial of Zeal. We only have 1 Cartouche at this point, but I'd like to pick up, wouldn't mind the red Cartouche. Would not mind it. And yeah, if I don't play either of these 1-drops, I wouldn't be super sad either. So let's sort of stick them over here for now and see if we can fill in our deck with some more appealing playables. Okay, well, Horror of the Broken Lands. There's the Cartouche of Zeal that I wanted. I'd have 2 Trials. Some creatures with prowess. May have the 3rd one. Horror of the Broken Lands is pretty good, though. Especially when you have a little bit of cycling. Even just a little bit, it gets to be pretty strong. This is sort of determining how aggressive we're going to be exactly. Which of these we take. This will make us a little less aggressive, and this will make us a little more aggressive. Right now, we've only, I mean, we do have some other creatures in our sideboard, but we don't have a ton of creatures. Still, we do have 2 Trials. I think we take it. If I didn't have a second Trial, I might have gone a different route there. Okay, well, here we have a Harsh Mentor, which is a really good 2-drop. Well, it's good. There's a lot of upside, you know. There's also another Final Reward, but I think we're good on removal, and that is kind of a clunky removal spell. Having more than 1 in this format can sometimes be dangerous unless you're really a control deck, and we're not. So we're going to take Harsh Mentor here. Foil Harsh Mentor, even. Okay, yet another Nimbleblade Kenra. This time I think we take a Doom Dissenter. It works better with our -1/-1 guys, and it's a good 2-drop. Better than anything we have in our sideboard. I'd like to get to at least 15 creatures, and that's very doable. I mean, we just need 3 more, and we're there, and we have some in our sideboard. Okay, wow. Another Doom Dissenter is also a Fanbearer pretty late, but we're going to take another Doom Dissenter over a Festering Mummy. Works for us, picking up these much better 2-drops than the ones we started with. I think Dune Beetle's better than a 3rd Nimbleblade Kenra too, so I'll take a Dune Beetle. Okay, another Festering Mummy or a Bloodlust Insider. Here I think I take an Insider. He may even make the deck. Not convinced we're aggressive enough for him, but we might be. And, well, another Doomed Dissenter, sure. I'll take all the Doomed Dissenters you want to give me. I'm probably going to play 1 Grasping Dunes. I don't think I'm going to play 2, but I'm not going to play any of this other stuff either, so Grasping Dunes it is. Okay, Unburden. We've already got one of those, but it is better. And I'm going to cite it in more frequently than I will Scarab Feast, so. This basically looks like our deck. We could think about just going for 16 lands, but with a 5 and a 6, I'm not convinced that's the best plan. We do have a lot of 2s and 3s, but we don't quite have enough cycling to just sort of be like, you know, not worry about playing enough lands. I mean, we need to play lands. You can play a lot of cycling and get away with 16, or have a low curve and get away with 15 or 16 in this format, but I don't think that's where we are. I might end up cutting Pitiless Vizier. In the end, I don't have that much cycling that I really want to main board, so I think I do cut him. And Emberhorn Minotaur is basically the top of my curve in terms of creatures. I mean, we have a 5 and a 6, but they're basically like this. Just generally, if I'm going to cast it, I'm probably going to win the game or get very close. And this is a removal spell for big, scary bombs that my Trials of Zeal or other effects can't deal with. But we have ways of punching through creatures. Like, I love Supernatural Stamina. We unfortunately don't have any creatures who really abuse it. I guess Doomed Dissenter can to some extent, but not that attractive. What I'm talking about is like Gravedigger, where you can get the creature big enough and then you get the enter the battlefield ability again. So you kill your opponent's creature and you get a creature back from your graveyard and your Gravedigger comes back. It's always fun. So, yeah, we definitely don't have enough cycling in the end for our friend the Pitiless Vizier. Do I want Dune Beetle or Nimbleblade Kenramore? Do I want Soulscar Mage? These are all questions I'm going to think about now. I do have Trials, which are going to do damage. And, you know, making it so a Trial of Zeal, which can't kill a 4/4, but making it so it makes a 4/4 into a 1/1, isn't the biggest downside. I mean, it isn't bad, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. And our Injury will do the same thing. But that's it. We don't have any other effects that will make the second line of text, other than being a creature with prowess, matter. So I'm not convinced we want it. Brute Strength is a good combat trick, but we have 2 Supernatural Staminas, and I just think it's better. So I think this is just where we are. I think this is just our deck. And I think we have to run 17 lands. Could cut an Insider for another 2, but I think the Insider, having 1 Insider in this deck seems pretty good. I don't really want more than 1, but 1 seems all right. And we want to run 1 Grasping Dunes, because I think our mana is going to be plenty good. I think we just probably run 8/8 or something like that. Yeah, that's what it wants us to do, and I think that is correct. This is basically a double red card, but it doesn't have to be. Sometimes you can just cast... I've had games where I've had this card before where I just cast Insult to get it into my graveyard, and then I can cast Injury. In some cases, you just have to do that. Not doing it in the same turn, obviously, isn't ideal, but sometimes... Gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, so this looks like our deck. I'll see you guys in the first match. Hello everyone, we're going to the first match of an Amonkhet draft, and we have a very bad hand. Even though we ended up running 17 lands, which I've sort of questioned, is that did I need to run 16? We got 1 in our opener. This would be a great hand if we knew we were going to draw lands, because we'd go turn 2 Doomed Dissenter, turn 3 Baleful Ammit, or Plague Belcher. Either one is awesome. But can't really count on that. Okay. Well, we do get to scry. We do have a card with cycling. There's a better chance we see our second and third land because of that. I think I'm going to keep this. It's a little bit of a dangerous one, but okay. Well, there's one land. So if we can go Doom Descent or Plague Belcher, I'll be pretty happy. Yeah, I mean, it could happen. I guess we probably don't want my camera there. It's probably better. It could happen. There are 15 lands still in our deck, so it's, you know, a little less than a 50% chance we draw that land. And we have a couple draws to take before we really need to have that third land. So I feel okay about hitting it. Obviously, things don't always pan out that way. So did our opponent keep a one-lander? Because they had two. Wow, they did. They had two one-mana cyclers, so they kept a one-lander. Right, well, this probably is going to turn out well for us because we're just going to Plague Belch next turn. Okay, there's our land. Shadowstorm Vizier. Sure. Would have liked to get in for one there with my Doom Dissenter. Well, we've hit all lands. Plague Belcher. What's up? I have a 5/4 Menace and a 2/2 Zombie. So, pretty awesome on turn 3. And once we have Supernatural Stamina up, you can really end up blowing people out with creatures with Menace because it's just messed up. The downside is I will have to put the counters somewhere again, which isn't the best. But, you know, if I get a 2-for-1 out of it and he comes back as a 3/2 Menace, and that's the trade-off, I'm pretty okay with that. My opponent actually going to get in the air? Well, their cycling has allowed them to hit lands. No, he wants to hold my zombie back, I guess. Well, another land. Supernatural Stamina also doesn't work with zombie tokens, by the way. I mean, it will pump the token, but the token does not come back. But we'll attack for 5. And then play Wasteland Scorpion. We're getting to insult to injury territory soonish. I'm going to leave mana up for Supernatural Stamina in case I decide I want to use it for that. So if I have to Stamina my Plague Belcher, where do I put the tokens? Maybe on the zombie, just because at this point this is going to be better. Because of Death Touch. I guess Supernatural Stamina on a creature with Death Touch is pretty messed up. Oh. Well, I think it's time to use Supernatural Stamina. We don't get to get a 2-for-1 or anything like that, but it's basically a 1-for-1. And yeah, we'll put the counters on our zombie friend, which will also do 1 damage to our opponent. Alright. See, that's when I hate drawing freaking Bloodlust Insider in this situation. Alright, we're going to attack with both. Opponent takes it, goes down to 7, which is really good news if we draw our 6th land. That's the other great thing about Supernatural Stamina as opposed to Brute Strength is I can just use it as a counter to a removal spell. And that is not something that Brute Strength can usually do. Certainly not a destroy spell. And even spells that do damage, it only gives a 1 toughness boost. I just love this trick a lot. I find myself playing it a lot in any creature-based, 15 creature-ish deck in this format, and it doesn't usually disappoint. Right, so if we draw land, we basically win because we're going to use Insult to Injury. We did not draw land, though. However, Do I attack with my Belcher here? If he has a card with cycling, these are both going... This is going to be a 2/4, and this is going to be a 3/4, and I'll only be able to kill one of them. So that's not great. I can give this haste and make my Wasteland Scorpion unblockable. But I think just trading for one of those is... No, let's give it haste. Let's have some inevitable damage here. While we wait to just draw the land we need for insult to injury. Alright, drops our opponent to 5. Opponent may have Drakehaven, by the way, with all the cycling they have. Kind of hope they don't, but they might. Yep, they had cycling, so I'm glad I didn't attack into that. It would not have been great for me. Don't need my opponent getting that extra value when I have them at low life and have a source of inevitability in play. Plus insult to injury in my hand, which will, again, just in the game, I'll kill one of these creatures, and then all my creatures will do double damage. So if I draw a creature, I can give it haste. If I draw a land, I can cast insult to injury. So those all seem good to me. If I draw a removal spell, I'd be okay with that too. Scribe of the Mindful. Okay, that card has really underwhelmed me in general. Okay, well, that will work for me. Dang, where do I put that counter though? That is the question. Guess it isn't terrible to put it on Plague Belcher. It's not ideal. I'm gonna play the Ammit. I want it to have 4 power so that even if he cycles, it's gonna kill one of these creatures. Yeah. Let's... I guess I can put it on Plague Belcher and not hate myself too much. But I think I'm going to put it on Wasteland Scorpion instead. And I'm going to give it haste. I'm going to make my Scorpion unblockable. And I'm going to attack with both. Since my opponent has freaking return, I really can't even just cast the insult half because he'll exile it. So yeah, not really what I want to deal with. But if I drop him to 4, we're literally like drawing a land away from victory. Okay, I'd rather kill the flyer. So if he cycles here, I'm going to kill the flyer. Even if he doesn't cycle, this, you know, happens. He can use Scribe of the Mindful, I guess, to get back Never to Return, but I think that's probably okay with me. Does he have 2 cyclers? Because that would be disgusting. Oh, he does! No. Okay, alright. Well, we're still dropping you to 4, but that's brutal. Maybe I should have attacked with my Belcher, too. So we can use this Scribe to get back Never to Return and use it on my Plague Belcher. So that's the concern here. We do, again, have a source of inevitability, but we made it smaller. It says whenever another zombie, yeah. So if he uses his Scribe to get back Never to Return, our Plague Belcher won't do damage when it dies. It'll just die. It will just die. I do feel like the longer this game goes on, the more we're giving our opponent a chance to get back into it with all the scrying they have, or cycling rather. So We really need that land. This is why I ran 16. For insult to injury. If I could give him vigilance, I could attack and then he could make himself unblockable. Which would be better at this point. Opponent, I mean, definitely, yeah, that's what they're doing. I say, definitely getting Never back from your graveyard seems like a good move to me. And just kill my Belcher, who maybe I should have been more aggressive with, especially on that turn where I decided to attack with my Ammit too. Oh, that's interesting. I suppose it makes sense. Yeah, all these big butts are making my life kind of difficult. Oh, yeah. There we go. I think we want to put it on the Belcher. And we're going to shrink this to 0 attack, I think. Actually, let's do that on this. Makes more sense. You know, I would have rather drawn a land, but what I drew was all right. I'm just going to leave my Scorpion back because now he, of course, will just block with his Vizier, and having a Scorpion to effectively block is way better. So my opponent has to double block this, and now when he does, he loses 2 creatures. So that is good news for us. We go up to 30. And we'll end our turn. So I was talking about how good life gain is against the, well, all right. Against really aggressive opponents. Definitely bouncing my Belcher, yeah. No big surprise there. I can, of course, play it with haste. But I'd really rather just draw the land that I need to just end this. There it is. Okay. So we're going to go insult. Then we're going to go injury, kill this, do 4 to them, and that's game. All right, game 1 is ours. Sideboard-wise, we don't have a lot going on. Unburden, you know, against a person running Angler Drakes isn't the worst. What would I cut for it? Like a Dune Beetle, probably. Our opponent definitely isn't very aggressive. But that doesn't seem... I mean, it seems okay, but it doesn't seem anything special to bring in Unburden. Didn't see any artifacts. We don't really have any good creatures with the kind of stats where you're like, yeah, I want to side that in against this opponent. But that's okay. That went pretty well, and we didn't even draw our Trials of Zeal, so I'll take it. Okay, this is another very good hand. This one's might even be better than our last one was. We have turn 2 Doom Dissenter, turn 3 Plague Belcher again, and we also have a Thresher Lizard to back us up, and a Grasping Dunes. So, well, that Festering Mummy is kind of annoying. I wonder if my opponent is like worried enough that they'll just like kill my Doom Dissenter. Because they know I have Plague Belcher. If they do, you know, wow, our opponent kept another 1-lander. I'm sure they're only running like 15 lands because their deck is like 80% cards with cycling, but still, that's dangerous. There they go. All right, so we're just going to play our Plague Belcher. Opponent may have Essence Scatter. We didn't see it last game, but they may have it. Nope. Do the Doom Dissenter thing. Get a zombie. And I'll end my turn. This time I don't have a way to protect him like I did last game. Which turned out to be pretty big in the last game, of course. Okay. So, okay. Well, do I play my Baleful Ammit or my Trial here? I think I'm going to play the Trial and kill the blocker. And is it worth attacking with my zombie? I don't think it is, because I'd like to put a counter on it with my Baleful Ammit more than I want to put it other places. So if I use Grasping Dunes to kill the mummy, that might be worth it. Another Heckma Sentinels, okay. All right, well, I guess I'm going to go ahead and use this and make Heckma Sentinels into a 1/2. Yeah, that's my plan. And I'm going to attack with Plague Belcher. I'm going to end up with a token on my guy most likely, but don't know. They're just taking 5 to the face. I'm cool with that. And now I'm going to play Baleful Ammit and put the counter on this zombie. If the zombie dies, we get to do 1 damage, so there's that. If we keep getting hands with turn 2 Doom Dissenters and turn 3 one of these guys, we have a pretty good shot. I don't know if that's going to keep happening. Yeah, Cartouche of Knowledge, okay. Dude can fly now, certainly. It's also just bigger, so that makes it a little better. That really is good for us, though. I think we just attack with both and hold up Supernatural Stamina. Should allow us to punch through one of these creatures, and then we'll kill the other one with our zombie. Well, we'll put counters on the other one with our zombie. Opponent may block with Festering Mummy here. Actually, no, they're not going to. Okay, so in that case, let's make sure we kill this. Opponent would have to do a lot of cycling here for it not to die. Could have a bounce spell, in which case we're a little less happy, but okay, they're cycling. My guy's power's up to 7, so maybe he's just trying to hit. Yeah, they were just trying to hit like a bounce spell to use in response, I guess. So they're going to kill my zombie, unfortunately, before I get my Plague Belcher back and can kill it. But that's okay. So, Plague Belcher comes back. I think we put the counter on Ammit. Why did this get 2 counters? What did I miss here? The Festering Goblins put it on my zombie. Oh, he puts 2 counters. That's why. Okay, so I can now make him unblockable with Pathmaker Initiate. I guess that's my plan for next turn. I could play Thresher Lizard, who'll be big, but I'm going to hold on to him for now. Trial of Ambition. All right. Well, I think we probably lose our Pathmaker. Yep. That seems like a good decision now. He can trade for my Ammit, but you know, when you have to trade with a creature, which our opponent does, and your opponent has a creature with Menace in play, it is not good news. Now I'm going to play Thresher Lizard. I'm going to hold on to this Dune Beetle for now. Alright, yeah, we got there. Opponent's hand was filled with lands, and I was being very cautious, but we were in good enough shape, obviously, we didn't need to worry. So, proved to be pretty good in our first match. Let's see if we can keep it up. All right, we're going to the second match of our Aether Revolt. Wow, that's a while ago. Amonkhet draft. We would like to play first, and we hope we just get a Doom Dissenter dude with -1/-1 counter hand, and we did. But we only have one land, so we're going to pitch it. Ugh, this is not dissimilar to what we did. I think we have to go down to 5. This hand just doesn't have enough going on, even if we hit lands. All right, well, there's a Doom Dissenter. I'm not sure that that's what I want right now, sadly. Mulliganing to 5 is not a great start, if you weren't aware. I'm going to play the Pathmaker for now, actually, just because he can get in for a little bit of damage, more damage early. Opponent probably has their own 2-drop, yeah, one that can block it really well, too. So now we're just going to play Doom Dissenter and a land. We're already down to 2 cards. So that's not so good. But our opponent still has 6 in their hand, 5 after they play this, but still. Wayward Servant, okay. Ugh. It's not really what we want to be drawing. Opponent probably has a pretty good zombie deck based on what we've seen so far. Yep, I would say they do. The bat's probably attacking us in the air, yeah. Okay, well, I'll take it. Kill the bat with that at least. Get out of here. And we'll end our turn. In terms of drawing lands, at least I drew one that was basically a spell. Let me trade 1 for 1 on a creature. Okay, well, I'm going to block there and take 1. Our opponent probably has a trick, but I think we may as well make him use it. Use that trick. Maybe you have supernatural stamina. Yep. All right, works for me. Okay, that is not bad. I think we kill Wayward Servant. Yeah. So Trial of Zeal, kill Wayward Servant. Actually succeed in doing so this time. Hold on to this land to bluff that we actually have more gas than we do. We're not like dead at all in this game is what's nice. I'm just going to take 4. Because we drew, you know, cards that let us trade 1 for 1, we're actually way more in this than we would be otherwise. Okay. Supernatural Stamina with Doom Dissenter isn't the worst, as I mentioned when I drafted it. Especially right now because I can use it to kill any of these creatures on defense anyway. And then get him back and have a zombie token. So, not too shabby. As long as our opponent doesn't have their own removal in response. Okay, so I think I'm going to block the Initiate. And then I'm going to use Supernatural Stamina and see if our opponent has an answer. If they have an answer, we're pretty unhappy, to say the least. But the situation we're in, we just have to go for it. Otherwise, we're going to get run over. Okay, cast out. They do, in fact, have an answer, and I don't get a zombie at all. So I go to 11. I do have my own exile spell. Yeah, I just did my turn. I can feel that I'm running 17 lands now, but on those first 2 hands, it didn't feel that way, huh? So we're going to use Final Reward on Unwavering Initiate. Can't come back as an embalmed creature. We only take 2. Kind of hoping the opponent's out of gas, but no, they're not. They have a supply caravan, creature token. All right, so We have another Doomed Dissenter. Yeah, so I think we go ahead and kill this warrior token and take 4. Seems all right. Okay. Don't mind that. I can use it to block the supply caravan in my turn. Our opponent could win this turn in a few different ways. A couple removal spells would be really all it takes. Does my Scorpion hold you off from attacking me? You should probably attack with your Mummy, if nothing else. Because I can't really block it. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, you're attacking with that too. Interesting. It's possible that our opponent has another supernatural stamina or something. Okay, they're going in with everybody. So I say, you know, they could have Innoketra's Name, but again, we're in a situation where we have to just go for these blocks. It's partly why our opponent's attacking into them, because they know, you know, if I keep having to block like that, they're going to get ahead of me. They just have way more cards in their hand, and yeah. Okay, that's savage. Bye-bye, zombie. Alright, I'll take it. Buys me some time, if nothing else. But yeah, we've just been on the defensive this whole game. If we draw a Cartouche, that would be huge. Because we'd get our trial back, obviously. So being able to cast it again and kill either of these would be great. So if he attacks with Festering Mummy, I block it. Yeah, he is. We basically have to block it. So we will. Takes us up to way more life. 7, to be exact. He doesn't have anywhere to put the counter. Unless he accidentally puts it on his own creature, which I'd be fine with. But I'm sure he has more gas in his hand, you know, so. All right, we're looking at 4 damage now. Okay, well, we keep drawing gas now, and that's pretty good. A 4/4 is pretty good right here. Less good now, but I can still kill the Sparring Mummy in combat. Question is, do I kill the Anointer Priest instead? I think we have to kill the Sparring Mummy because he can give menace to his zombies, so we don't have a whole lot of choice in the matter. Because next turn, if we whiff here, for example, like we block and we kill that and then we whiff, we're just dead to menace. So I think killing the guy seems better. Of course, Kettra's Name. I knew that he probably had that. He hadn't used it though, so all right, we're probably just dead now. Yes, we are. All right. Well, mulliganing to 5 was not a good start. We did actually draw pretty well there late. That's the only reason we didn't just get completely run over. Yeah, I don't really think... We just have a pretty bad sideboard unless we actually run into some good artifacts, and we did not. Is Nimbleblade Kenra going to be better in this matchup than Pathmaker Initiate? Because of all those -1/-1 counters? I think probably yes. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll bring in a third one of those. I would like to play first. Okay, I think this is a keep. It's a little dangerous, but we've got 15 lands left in our library and a couple turns to draw them. Drawing a swamp would be good. We don't have that many of them. We only have 8, but even just drawing a mountain will be good enough for me at this point. Okay, well, there's the mountain, the minimum that I wanted. So now let's draw a swamp, you know. If my deck seems to be listening to me, let's ask for that. We did it. Is our guy about to eat an impeccable timing? It's entirely possible. Looks like he's just getting in there, though, which I'm happy about. I will play Thresher Lizard now. So we have the Trial Cartouche combo. If he plays something that can die to the Trial, we just play it. Next turn, we play our Cartouche. It's pretty basic. That does make it tempting to play the Cartouche first, but I think it's still going to be better to play Trial first. Yeah. Bash for 5. Okay, use your own Cartouche. Sure. Okay, so if you're a 4/3, yeah. So we're gonna put it on our lizard. And I think we just put the counter here. Then this is a 2/4, a 1/3 with first strike, which is nowhere near as scary. So yeah, we'll just put the counter here. All right, we get our trial back. Oh, what was I think I should have put the counter there, but I didn't. But we can still attack with that guy. I like said one thing and I did the other, which is bad because Trial of Zeal can't actually kill this guy. Okay, do you have supernatural freaking stamina? You do. God. Now I really wish I'd done it. Still would have been enough to kill him. I also don't even get to gain the life, so awesome. We do have final reward, but that puts a pretty big damper on our plans for sure. If I'd made this a 1/3, he would have had a 1/1 token. This still would have killed my lizard in combat, but it's a little frustrating. I mean, I guess killing the token had a very similar effect. But, you know, I wouldn't have known he had supernatural stamina. In that case, it would have been best to put the counter on the priest, I think. All right. We take 2. Okay. I think I play the Trial and kill the Wayward Servant and then play Nimbleblade Kenra. He knew I could play it again, so Wayward Servant is probably what he's the most okay with losing to it. It's worth noting, but still. We'll attack for 2. No impeccable timing. And then I'll play Nimbleblade Kenra, who can just block Anointer Priest, so that's funny. Still got this final reward in our hand, which is good. Play some cards. Play a Fanbearer, man. My Harsh Mentor, he'd be okay with that. Right, so Bone Picker. That's what he wanted to lose a little bit less to Final Reward. I mean, to Trial of Zeal. Just going to end my turn and leave my mana up. I think it's fine to take this 3 and then see if he plays something else I want to use Final Reward on more. Do I want to use Final Reward on that more? No, I don't think I do, especially because I'm just going to kill his tapped creature in response. And then all it is a 3/5, which is still pretty big on this board, but at least there's no warrior token to go along with it. Okay, Doomed Dissenter. In my turn. Yeah, our opponent's Supernatural Stamina both games has blown us out. We could really use our own. And we did have our own, but our opponent had cast out when we did it. And when he did it, we didn't have mana up, even though we had Final Reward in our hand. So it's rough. So, I mean, I can't even triple block and kill this right now. I could if I had a spell. So it's not really worth it. I could block it with my Doomed Dissenter just to get a 2/2 zombie, which would also make it so I could triple block it. Oh, that's gross. Okay. All right. Very gross. Indeed. Yeah, now his Anointer Priest can attack. So that was a good place to put it. He chose not to, though. But I guess I'm just going to chump with Doomed Dissenter for now. Get my zombie. Things don't look great, though. Should have given him haste, man. Use that activated ability. This giant lifelink creature is going to make it very hard for us to win, basically. Oh, God. Yeah, we don't. I think we lose because we use our only Final Reward. We don't have other ways of killing a creature this big. I guess Plague Belcher plus Supernatural Stamina could do it. That is about it. Jump with this time. Oh, we do have that, except it has First Strike, so not that useful. I still, no, it's actually not that good right now. I think I'm actually just going to cycle it. I could play it, but it can't kill this, and it can't kill this or this in combat. So it's pretty bad right now. It is better than a land, however. Yeah, man, that cast out on our thing last game and his Supernatural Stamina this game was just ferocious. We're just going to take it. We don't need to give up more permanence. I mean, it doesn't increase our chances of winning or decrease them, for that matter. Well, there's our Supernatural Stamina, but it's too late and we're just dead. So we're 1-1 now. Hopefully we can win the next one and finish 2-1. We are going into the final match of an Amonkhet draft, and we would like to play first. Okay, a reasonable hand. I think we've only had 2 keeps so far out of 4 games. I guess that's not the worst, but it's not great. Especially because most of those hands have been too few lands, and we decided to run 17. So, a Washer Cultivator, huh? I'm going to play Dissenter. Just in case I draw one of my 3-drops who just kills the Dissenter and gives me a zombie token. We did not, but we did draw Supernatural Stamina, which I don't hate. I kill the Cultivator, I get a zombie, I develop my board. Opponent could have Magma Spray in response is the downside. It's a pretty significant downside, I guess. So I'm just going to play Nimbleblade Kenra. I guess I could attack either way. I'm just going to attack. I'm not really planning on doing anything because our opponent has mana up, but you know, in the event they did something there, then I could have used stamina, but they didn't, so. Hooded Brawler. That's a little scary. Right? Now our opponent's tapped out. So, oh man. I actually don't think I want to play Plague Belcher right this second because I just want to attack into my opponent's board and see what happens. If he blocks with Hooded Brawler, I'll use Supernatural Stamina. If he doesn't block, I'll then play Plague Belcher. Yeah. Seems reasonable. Okay, doesn't block. I mean, they did block. We get in for 1. So there's our upside. Play this land, and then I'm going to leave black up. So I'm going to play Plague Belcher, kill my Doomed Dissenter, get a zombie. So opponent does have a big Hooded Brawler, but our 5/4 is better. If he attacks and exerts here, I just take it, yeah. Yes, I do. Thank you. Quarry Hauler, okay. Glad I didn't already play my cartouche, I guess. Okay. So I think we play the cartouche on our Plague Belcher. I think I put the counter on Quarry Hauler, because that makes it so all my other guys can still attack as well. So we left mana up so we can Grasping Dunes if that's what we want to do. And we can Supernatural Stamina if that's what we want to do too. But we don't. And I think I leave the mana up. We want to try to protect our Belcher, even though he'll come back and he won't have lifelink. I think trying to keep him alive is more important than playing another Doomed Dissenter. Aw. You gonna take that counter off of him? He liked it, though. He really did. Fine. Are you going to be bold enough to attack with that Quarry Hauler? No. They shouldn't have, but I was kind of hoping for it. Okay, so we still attack with our Belcher because of Supernatural Stamina, basically. So, which actually, you know, it may telegraph what I'm doing, but we're going to play this Doomed Dissenter first. Pow. Okay. So we kill both of them, we get the guy back, we kill the Doomed Dissenter, we get another zombie. Oh, Magma Spray. Well, you know, 3 for 2 isn't the worst. We still kill both of his creatures and gain 8 life. But yeah, now he just gets exiled. Ouch. I see how it is. Okay. Why people always have to have answers for our supernatural staminas? I don't like it. Gravedigger. Get back Quarry Hauler, okay. Wise choice. Okay. I will take 5 again. I wonder what they're splashing. Oh, they're splashing black for Gravedigger, or red for Magma Spray, but Gravedigger makes more sense to me. Okay, well, I think I attack with all 3 of my creatures. All right. So we could kill this Cultivator with our Grasping Dunes, but I don't really want to. I'm going to play a 4/4 Thresher Lizard. Oh, we could kill the Gravedigger with it too. Just a little better. Yeah, especially, yeah. Get out of here. All right. We know our opponent has Quarry Hauler, of course. So he can just use that to trade with my Thresher. Trial of Zeal. Come on, Trial of Zeal. Land. All right, well, I think I just attack with everybody. Okay, they're going to take 5, kill a zombie token. Works for me. We just need to draw Insult to Injury. Where is it? Or Trial of Zeal. Either of those would bail us out pretty well. I was going to say, I don't know. Okay. Alright, so let's attack with all 3 again. Oh, God, I forgot to play my land. That hurts my soul. Just a little bit. Okay, we get in for 1. If they don't have something. No, they're just gonna get another land. They're trying to stop drawing lands. I don't blame them. I'm gonna play Dune Beetle. End our turn. Yeah, opponent is flooding, which isn't bad for us. Okay, so I'm gonna play this Bloodlust Insider. Do I attack with Thresher? I think with my opponent at lower life, I probably can afford to attack with it and trade for Hooded Brawler. So let's do it. Or for Quarry Hauler. I'm happy with either. End our turn. Man, our opponent is flooding hard. That is pretty rough for them. Okay, well. Not exciting. We just have to go wide enough to do 4 to our opponent, though. So we're getting there. If they keep drawing lands. So Trial of Zeal now would be really good. We would kill Hooded Brawler. These would both be 2/4s. Okay, Supernatural Stamina will work for me. That'll do it. I think I attack with everybody. Okay, so yeah, I think we use stamina here just to kill our opponent. So yeah, that's like, yeah, our opponent flooded out hard at the end of that game. That's one of the reasons we won, but I'll take it. I think Pathmaker Initiate's probably better than a third Nimble Blade Kenra in this matchup. Soul Scar Mage. Yeah, no thanks. We drew no removal in that game and managed to win it thanks to how much our opponent flooded out at the end. At least in part. Ugh, the hands we've been getting have made me pretty unhappy. Like, what's the deal? We're on the draw. We can probably keep this on the draw. Nah, I'm mulliganing. I mean, if I don't draw black mana, we're screwed, so. Okay, this one's not great. That makes it a lot better, but it's fine. Thresher Lizard did a lot of work in that last game. He did a lot of work. Ouch. Okay, our opponent kept a bad hand. A one-lander is what they kept. We've had several people do that against us today. It's kind of crazy to me. Thresher Lizard. So we're kind of getting to the point where playing Trial of Zeal and Oashra Cultivator isn't a bad idea, but they did draw another land, so we'll probably play it on that Initiate's Companion instead. Actually, I can just kill the Initiate's Companion with Grasping Dunes. Yeah, so let's just do that. All right. So I could play Cartouche of Zeal here and then also be able to attack with this and get in for 6. But I'm greedy and I want to play my Trial of Zeal first. So I'd rather just get in for 3. This is why I like Grasping Dunes, by the way. I always see them really late, but if I'm in a 2-color deck with not a crazy number of double-colored cards, I basically always play it. Because it often just trades for a card. There's enough X1s running around in this format. Okay. Alright, so now we are going to do Trial of Zeal. Kill Cursed Minotaur. Then we're going to play Cartouche of Zeal. I think on Thresher Lizard. Get back our Trial of Zeal. We still don't have black mana, but we'll make Oashra Cultivator unable to block. And we'll attack for 7. If we draw black mana, we are in great shape. If we don't draw black mana, we're still in okay shape. So I'll take it. Because we get to cast Trial of Zeal again either way. Okay. Interesting decision. Ah, it makes it big enough to survive while also weakening my Thresher. Suppose that makes sense. I suppose. Ah, and then Magma Spray. Okay. Wow. That's not good. And now we're stuck on... I guess I just leave my Nimbleblade Kenrot. We're stuck on just red mana, so... While our opponent was screwed early, we're the ones who are screwed now. Oh, God. Bye-bye, Nimbleblade. Black mana, please. Please give me black mana. Oh. Ugh. Not worth playing our trial. I think our opponent's flooding a little bit now, but... Okay, well, yeah, we're going to kill that, obviously, with our Trial of Zeal. Because since we can. Hey, black mana. So, yeah, we're going to go Trial of Zeal. Kill Quarry Hauler. Okay. They're going to save their dude. I guess I'll let that happen. Not that I can do anything about it. We'll play a Doomed Dissenter. I think I just take 5 here and try to use Supernatural Stamina or Final Reward to blow out my opponent one way or another. So yeah, we'll just take 5. What sucks is all of the early aggro damage we did is getting erased by this 1/4 lifelinker. It's rough. Soul Stinger. That's pretty gross. Just gonna put him on itself. Okay. Alright then. We can use both Final Reward and Supernatural Stamina. Not sure if I'll use both, but I might. Definitely blocking Quarry Hauler. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have another Magma Spray. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this. Okay, looks like that's actually gonna happen. I'll take the rest for now, and I'll get a zombie. Okay, so... I don't think I want to use Final Reward just yet. Okay, Bloodlust Insider. I really don't think our deck in the end ended up being aggressive enough to want Bloodlust Insider, but that's okay. Trial of Strength. Okay, well, if our opponent ever draws a cartouche, we're going to be crying, I can tell you that much. Because we're going to get both of these back. Oh god, they have a cartouche. Well, no thank you. It says whenever a cartouche enters the battlefield. Yeah, no thank you. Can't really let that happen. We're basically just dead if we do. This Soul Stinger is a serious problem, though. Like, we still... That's not really a good way to block it. Final Reward was kind of what I was planning on doing. Ooh. Haven't seen you yet today. He's pretty big. Do we give him haste? No, I don't think we do. I think I'm just going to have to block this Soul Stinger with a zombie and Doomed Dissenter and just let him put counters on one of my things. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. He's pretty gross with Supernatural Stamina, so let's hope our opponent doesn't have it. So probably kills my Bloodlust Insider. No, he's putting them both on Emberhorn. Okay. Works for me. That means I can still... Oh, no, I can't. I was thinking I could attack with him effectively. I think having Wasteland Scorpion seems pretty good in this board state. And I'm even going to give him No, I'm not. We just got to hang back. We're not the aggressors in this one so far. Doomed Dissenter. Well, if we ever draw one of our big -1/-1 counter guys, we'll be happy. Seems like our opponent's flooding again. Ooh, yeah. There we go. Okay, that's going to be pretty freaking awesome. So we go like this. Put a counter there, get Trial of Zeal back, use Trial of Zeal to kill the Cultivator. And then hopefully the floodgates open. Yeah, opponent conceded. So they were about to open. Our third opponent there got mana screwed pretty hard. Mana flooded, rather. But hey, we went 2-1 in the end. Our deck, I think, was actually pretty sweet. So I'm happy with that result. Thanks for watching. I'll be back with another draft next week. It's almost time, I think, by the time this goes up, for Hour of Devastation. And I'm excited about that. I'm saying that in May, even though I don't know a single card in Hour of Devastation. I'm recording these videos way ahead of time, but I know it's going to be fun. So, since I love Limited so much. So thanks for watching. You can find more of my drafts over on my channel, Nizzahon Magic. I do a draft there every week, a draft here every week, and some other things on my channel as well. You can also subscribe here to the Aether Hub to catch not only my other content and my draft videos, but also content from a bunch of other great YouTube content creators. So thanks for watching.